Right, Lee. Well, it's slightly a frustrating end to the season, but I guess from you, nice you got introduced to the other crowd at the start, got a nice round of applause. It's nice to know you're appreciated, isn't it?
So, yeah, of course, it's obviously the reception I got, myself and Steve before the game was very touching, and obviously it's been an emotional day for both of us. We'll both be hanging up our boots. It's been a long 18 years now, so it's been quite a tough decision to make, because obviously I feel I can still keep playing, and I still got a good few years left in me. The legs are still strong as well, so. But an opportunity like the one I've been presented with, they don't come around in football that often. So it's a case of, sometimes you've got to sacrifice something that you love doing to start on the next adventure.
Was it a surprise when you got asked to do the role?
Of course, yeah. I didn't know anything about it, and then the gaffer obviously pulled me, because my chances this year have been very limited, frustratingly limited, to be honest with you. And I think it was at that stage where when he first talked about doing something, it was along the player-coach role. So that way I could still get to play, and unfortunately, I think the budget dictates that we can't do that, and the position opened up in the youth section. So it's obviously, it's as I said, it's a good opportunity for me. I want to then go into coaching, and hopefully later on down the line, after I've learnt a lot, is then to hopefully go into first team and then become a manager somewhere.
So you get the opportunity, and what's going through you? I mean, that must be a really tough one, because, as you say, you feel you can still do a job, but you've got the rest of your life to look forward to.
I have, and sometimes you have to appreciate it's not about myself as well, it's about my family. I've got 3 beautiful kids. My wife as well has opened up her own business. I've got to be fair to them as well. I could go and bounce around the country picking up years and stuff like that, but for me, I'm in a football club now that's a progressive football club. Hopefully it's going to go places, and to be part of, and to still continue to help the football club build and hopefully get into the championship like the gaffer wants, and to be part of that, and to produce young players to bring in. Then it was as I said, it was a fantastic opportunity, and last thing I want to do is uproot the family again, move them here, then everywhere across the country. We're settled. I've got my eldest is going to be starting senior school soon as well, so you have to weigh up all those sort of factors as well, and for me the best decision for myself and my family was to unfortunately call it a day.
Yeah. Okay, well, one to look forward to from that point of view in terms of a new journey for you, isn't it? And you know all about football, but now you get to see it from a slightly different perspective.
Yeah, as I said, it's going to be it's going to be another learning curve. That's for me. Obviously, as I've said, I've had many years of doing something I love and will continue to love, and I'll miss it. I know I miss it. I'll miss the boys in the changing rooms. I'll miss the match days, and I understand that. But sometimes you've got to let it go. As much as it's going to pain me, watching the boys next year, and obviously it pained me today. Obviously not getting on that. I had all my family and friends there, but we tried to win the game. We tried to get back into the game. So when that sort of thing happens, obviously I am disappointed. I didn't get to get some minutes on the pitch, but that's the way it works. But as I said, it's another opportunity for me to branch into that next step. Jobs like these don't come around very often, so it's an opportunity for me to learn a new craft, learn a different aspect of football as well, and one which I can help the youngsters come through. That's the most exciting bit now. I've watched, I said it in my programme notes, when I first came in 3 years ago, I was given the remit by the gaffer to help sort his changing rooms out. He wasn't impressed with the way his changing rooms were. He had a lot of young lads in the squad, and to guide and nurture them. And I think over the 3 years I've kind of done that, and I look at it as being like a kind of an old man figure, and watching them grow and watching them produce the performances that they have done. Locks is now captain of the football club. Ollie's been arguably one of our best players this year. Ellis has been scoring goals. Watching them grow, and not only grow as a player, but grow as people as well over the 3 years, and to think I've had some part of maybe only a small bit, but showing them the way to do things as well. And I think if I can take that into in the academy next year, then hopefully we can start producing more. And for the young lads coming through, it's not about firstly breaking into the first team. To have a career in football, in my eyes, you've got to be playing over 100 games to class yourself as a footballer. So that's the aim. And I think that's the way the manager here wants to work it next year. And obviously, I'll help and nurture as best I can. So it's a challenge I'm really looking forward to. And obviously, it would have had to have been a big one for me to put the boots away. But as I said, it's sometimes it's taken out of your hands. But for me, it's a good decision, and it's one I'm pleased with.
Yeah, absolutely. And just finally, you've only been here for 3 years, and yet you've gone right to the heart of the fans, I think. I mean, I've seen a lot of reaction, people very happy at the prospect of you sticking around, and it's nice that you've been able to do that in such a relatively short amount of time.
Yeah, I think scoring the pen at Wembley kind of helps that, doesn't it, really? But no, I think sometimes players and football clubs can go hand in hand, and I kind of think that's what's happened here. I think when I first signed there, they were crying out for someone who could come in and help Maka and Mildy to kind of lead the younger lads, so to speak. And I knew all about the division, obviously, of going up through the conference before. But as I said, it's been a fantastic journey I've had here. I've had 3 great years here. I was fortunate enough to have 8 great years at Torquay. I had a year at Oxford, and I had another 5 years at Luton. So for me, those times, I'm going to cherish and hold on to now. But as I said, I'm excited for the obviously the next adventure for me. But with a heavy heart, I have to call it a day. But the gaffer's just told me then I could get a couple more games next year, so he always gives me that little carrot to hold on to. But as you said, it's to play in front of 10,000 every week every other week is fantastic. And I've loved every single minute of being here. My family have obviously loved coming to watch games and stuff like that. And as I said before, it's 2 promotions and a top 10 finish in League One. It's not a bad way to go off.